Okay, here we are with the engine on the stand. Apparently I'm doing the engine next. Might very well need a new clutch basket. As you can see, there's a full millimeter play here. I can't take any more material off of that. So I'm just going to have to go ahead and get a new clutch basket. Even though this thing's been JB welded, I'm not going to throw this out. Never hurts to have a spare head lying around. If I needed to use it, I mean, I can just grind that off, and depending on what the damage is underneath, I mean, I could probably, I mean, if it's not too bad, if it's just a crack, I could probably just get that welded back together. Good news is I can still see cross hatching there. Bad news is there's some minor pitting. Yeah, there's a little tiny piece of the Nicosil chipped off there. Just on the top of that opening for the exhaust valve. I really should have done a compression check before I tore it apart. But I mean, it was running. Like I said, I wanted to check that that clutch out. So of course, before I could do that, I had to drain the oil out of it. Got this lovely soupy mess. Kind of thick. Kind of came out like mud. Like there's definitely a sediment down there. No metal shavings or nothing. I did not want to have to take those studs out. I'll try taking them off. This mating surface with the head needs to be resurfaced. There's some scratching there somewhere. Yeah, here you can see on the head. It looks like somebody had tried prying it off, like, you know, jamming a screwdriver or something in between the head and the cylinder. I'm gonna mount this camera on a tripod and start tearing into this a little bit more. And these have got some rusting on them. It doesn't matter, they're getting replaced anyway. Someone's been filing this down. This even after the filing. Oh wow, yeah, somebody's really taken some material off there. Yeah, it still left grooves even after the filing, so there's no question that that basket's got to be replaced. I mean, I think I could probably resurface this pressure plate. Can I get away with just reusing this hub? See, if I had better lighting in here. Wow, heavy grooving. Groovy, yeah. No, this has got to be replaced too. It's going to be the better part of $1,000, and that's getting the cheap parts too. Yeah, I know you're supposed to do that. across. And it didn't go across, but whatever. I'm just snapping them loose. Yeah, okay, so that went a little too loose. Okay. Sure, the mating surface won't be too seriously affected. See, no prying needed. Oh yeah, so curious to see what the state of that crankshaft is in. Whoever put this piston in did not drill holes on the exhaust side. You're supposed to have two oiling holes there. That would explain why this this side was, yeah, the exhaust side is it's got some vertical scoring on it there. Obviously there's been some heat expansion. Otherwise piston doesn't look too bad though. Check the crankshaft here. There is no, I mean zero, up and down deflection here. It's the important bit looked at here for tonight. I think I'm just gonna shut off the camera and just putter away at tearing it down. Okay, so my puttering away just eventually turned into a 2-week drawn out slow complete disassembly of the entire remainder of the engine. Anyways, here we are. Crank halves are split. I guess at this point I'm ready to run everything through the parts washer and clean off the sludge and dirt and remove the bearings and seals. I actually had doubts or second thoughts about whether or not I actually wanted to replace all the bearings and stuff in this engine, but you know, I got looking at it and you know, the sludge that's in here, I mean, this engine was running with that sludge through it, so I mean I can't imagine that was doing any of the bearings and you know, other moving parts any good. So yeah, I think it's best to replace as much as I can. It's the crankshaft here. I don't know if that's an aftermarket crankshaft. It's an aftermarket connecting rod. It says hot rods on it. So here's some of the rest of the parts. I do have a replacement clutch basket on the way because this one's too worn. A little concerned about this part here too. It's pretty heavily worn. So yeah, so the cylinder and the piston, wasn't able to get a satisfactory measurement on either the piston or the cylinder. Yeah, not with the vernier caliper. It's just not a reliable measurement. Anyway, so I'm going to get a 2 to 3 inch micrometer caliper, measure them up, and see what I'm looking at here for a replacement piston. I think ProX has a couple of different sizes that look like viable options for replacement piston there. Cylinder looks less than ideal, but I think it'll do.
it'll do for this rebuild. Ideally, I'll run it for a bit. The next top-end rebuild will include getting the remainder Nicosil plating removed and some new stuff reapplied. Going to put it together as is, and next top-end rebuild that'll be addressed. Okay, so I guess my next step is to fill this up with some degreaser and get to cleaning. Okay, I got the crankcase halves split, obviously. The bearings removed, all except for one, and I'll get into that in a second. I know I should have recorded the bearing removal process. It's actually pretty neat. Very satisfying too, if you have the right tools anyway. I will just kind of hit on what process is involved in removing the bearings. It's fairly easy, especially in the areas where you have access to the back side of the bearing, if you will, or like both sides, like the crankshaft bearings. Heat up the case around the bearing, and just take something like a socket of the appropriate size, and just gently tap it out from the back side. Now there's areas where you don't have access to both sides of the bearing, like here and here, for example. Cases like that, you're going to have to use a special tool. It's actually called a blind bearing remover. Here's I think this is the one that I would have used for these two here. One bearing that I could not get out, it was actually the one in here. I might even be able to see it. You can see some of the needle rollers in there. Yeah, it's kind of a hard one to get out. In order to successfully complete the job, I'm going to have to do something that I've never done before. I don't like doing. Only true mechanics do something like this, and that's modify a tool. So I'm going to have to take this taper down. I'm going to have to make sure that this straight part extends further down the shaft in order to get this thing fully seated into that recessed area. Never know, that might actually help. Right. Now, hopefully I didn't take too much material off so that the thing is weakened and breaks when I try to use it. Now, with any luck, this doesn't snap right off. Oh, look at that. Oh, needle bearings everywhere. Nope. Okay, after pounding on this thing for a bit, and modifying the tools for a bit, and coming back and pounding on this thing a little bit longer, finally removed it. Upon closer inspection, I just noticed that the drain plug threads have been helicoiled. Not really surprised. Yeah, that's a pretty common thing. Way more common than it should be, really. So that's it for now.